Hey, what's going on? I'm Dave, and I just had a really crazy idea. And by the time you get through with this video, you may think I'm completely nuts, but I honestly believe that this is actually gonna change some lives. I'm so adamant about this idea that I couldn't wait. I was gonna put something in front of your face today that was different than this. The synapses are popping in my head saying, Dave, you gotta share this right now. First, the thing that you probably already know, and that is that Instagram is dead, at least as far as sharing static posts of your work, putting it up there, and expecting people to actually get to see it. God forbid that the people that followed your account actually get to see your work. Instead, they're getting referred to somebody else they've never met before.
Who are you?
You.
No, not me, you.
Yes, I am you.
Just answer the damn questions. Who are you?
Now, I used to be a total devotee to Instagram. When it first came out, I was like all in all the time. But now I hate it. And I think with all the current changes that they've been making, I honestly believe that it is dead. It is dead, at least as far as us trying to use it as a platform to share our work. Instead, what it's being made for, what they're gearing it towards, is all the people that want to do goofy videos about whatever trendy dances or memes that they want to share. Instagram wants to be TikTok so bad they can taste it, but the only ones getting chewed up are us. I mean, it's not the only one. TikTok kind of sucks too, and I haven't even been on Snapchat, and I don't even know how long. And other sites like Pinterest or Designspiration that cater to that static imagery, most of the time, it's either filled with a bunch of junk, the links are broken, don't go to the original content, or it's completely malicious malware links that could really damage your machine, and so I don't go to those places. And don't even get me started on Tumblr. Today, I was writing something for my newsletter, and I was trying to dig into other places for some creative inspiration to share with the people that are subscribers. I decided to go to some of the old blogs that I used to go to. What I found was actually a little bit disheartening. They're either dead or dying. They don't post very often, if at all, or they've moved their content strictly to places like Instagram or Facebook. And I don't blame them at all, because I bet you most of the attention got pulled away to some of these other social apps, and so they just, I mean, it wasn't fruitful for them to keep making these great blogs. How am I kidding? This is some of the best content I've ever seen for creative inspiration. But all of it is just going away. Let's be honest, blogs are dead. Or are they? And before you say, no, blogs are not dead, I read blogs all the time. It's like, listen, let's be real. Blogs haven't really been a major factor since Google Reader was killed off. And if you're not familiar with Google Reader, well, then you completely missed out on that whole scene. But that's okay, because there might be a new way. Like I said, I've been writing my newsletter a lot more lately, and I've been using Substack.com for that purpose. I write my stuff on Substack, and I can either just post it there, or I can send it to my email subscribers. I started my Substack because I told myself I wanted to do more writing, but as I started to get into it, I was like, well, you know what? I really want to start sharing this with other people. So I dropped my email list in there, and then I just started pushing it out to people. And some amazing things really started to happen. Number one, my email open rate went up. When I was doing it by myself, just running my own newsletter, my open rate was somewhere between 12, maybe 14% at most, and that was really pathetic. But ever since I started using Substack, my open rate went up to 34%. The second cool thing that's been happening with Substack is the connectivity and referrals that you can get through the platform. Everything is connected, and these people read things from other Substackers, and then they can share, and then they can refer, and so you can get found by all these other people using Substack. It's so cool. Try to do that with your regular email list. And the third thing is money from a source that doesn't cost you anything to use. Since we're talking about money for a second, let's talk about how blogs used to make money. Now, I've had a blog in the past. I've got some friends that still run pretty popular blogs, and the way they make money is a couple of different ways. Number one, it was advertising or brand deals. Number two, it was affiliate marketing. And number three, they sold like either products or courses of some sort. And you can do all of that stuff on Substack if you want, and you can have the added benefit of membership. So if somebody comes over to my Substack, they can subscribe for free. It doesn't cost them anything. But if they want to get exclusive content that I'm sharing just with my members, then they can subscribe for a few bucks a month, and they get all that content. You may be saying, well, I got Patreon. I don't need that. I already have a membership thing going on. That's cool. Great. Good for you. Go for it. But guess what? Patreon costs you money. Substack doesn't cost you any money. Also, Patreon doesn't refer you back and forth to other Patreon nights. You have to go find them yourself. Substack gives you the option to possibly get more people in from other places. Those people go subscribe over there and maybe pay for a membership of those people, and they come back over here and maybe subscribe to yours and maybe pay for a membership. There's just a whole lot more opportunity for growth over on Substack than some of these other platforms, and you don't have to pay for it. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, because money isn't the primary reason why we should do this. The reason that you want to get in on this platform is because of that reach. Like I mentioned, whenever I send out my email newsletter through Substack, I get an open rate of about 33 to 37% depending on the message. When was the last time you got 33 to 37% saturation on any of your followings on any other platform? Instagram can't touch that. TikTok can't touch that. Even this platform right here
Can't touch this.
It's legitimately having me rethink my whole content strategy. So now my rhetorical question to you is, why can't we start putting our promotional efforts back into text format like we used to do? Because I think that there is a huge opportunity here. If you're asking about why Substack versus any other platforms, well, I believe it really comes down to the name. I mean, they've really built themselves up a name, and I think more people are just going to come to that platform, which means that they're just going to encourage more growth, which means more people, which means more opportunity for you. I'm personally one of those guys that will jump in very early on. I was early on Instagram, I was early on TikTok, I was early on in other places. The thing is, though, is that because I wasn't patient enough to wait for the momentum, I kind of bailed out and I missed my opportunity. And that's why my YouTube channel hasn't grown nearly as fast. My Instagram hasn't grown anywhere, hardly at all. I did the same thing with TikTok where I got up to like almost 20,000 followers, and then I bailed on it because I just was like, ugh. And from somebody who has made that mistake numerous times, I'm telling you right now, this platform is going to pop. I don't know exactly when it's going to pop, and I don't even know how big it is going to pop. But the thing is, you have an opportunity to get your voice out to a select group of people that you have control over, because it's your list. It's not anybody else's list. It's not Substack's list. It's not like Instagram owns all of your followers. It's not like that. You can actually take that list when you leave if you wanted to. Because we're early to this, there's all these people that are looking for new inspiration within the Substack platform to find content that you may be able to share, and so they may become your new referrers. You probably heard that phrase that a rising tide lifts all boats. Well, guess what? The tide is rising on Substack. Get on board. My personal content strategy has kind of been a bit weird. Like, it's been mix and match for a while now. The things I do here versus the things I do on other platforms have been a little bit like I've catered to them, and then I cater to you, and then I cater to these people over here. What I really have been wanting to do as of late is kind of hone that message and bring that closer together. Most of my stuff in the past has been a little bit more me-centric because, hey, look at me, look at Dave. Instead, what I want to do is take all my brilliant ideas and make them more you-centric, with a little of me mixed in, of course. We can talk more about content strategy later, but the most important thing is this. If you're diving into something new, then you're going to need two things. Number one, you're going to want to know who you're going to share that content with, and number two, how are you going to start? Thanks a lot, guys. I really appreciate you. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time.